Hi and welcome. I'm Sky Blue Carnegie and I'm here today talking to the people who are in relationships with those with ADHD, explaining why ADHD happens. So if you look at the what video, we covered there what is ADHD. So it's struggles with attention, memory, focus, scattered mind, etc. Also comes with gastrointestinal issues very often, anxiety, depression, frustration, and like this overwhelm of everything. And it also comes with fabulous gifts and talents and abilities and a different way of thinking and a wonderfulness that is great to be around those with ADHD. So looking deeper into ADHD, we covered this briefly in the what video, but why does it happen? So the neuroscientists will say, hey, prefrontal cortex on the right-hand side. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for attention and focus. And in the scans with people with ADHD, it's not firing up quite so well. And I would argue, not with the neuroscientist really, I would say, yeah, that is what a brain scan looks like. But is that the root cause? I don't think so. I think that the root cause of ADHD is some heightened sensitivity to the promises, the wonders, the potentials of life. And so with your partner, what you'll see is they have this heightened sensitivity to senses, sound, touch, sight, etc. Heightened sensitivity to emotions. So when things are really good, boing, 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 boing. And when things are really bad, it's like, ooh, I mean the worst. And then a heightened awareness and an excitement to get out and live. Although the counterpart to that is that they'll often self-sabotage. They'll often have so many negative experiences, they'll be afraid to get out and live. So this overwhelm, constant overwhelm, is actually what hits the brain. When the brain is constantly overwhelmed, it's almost identical to trauma. And in fact, trauma sits in the exact same part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, and it's very, very, very similar, if not almost the same. So with trauma, we have brain freeze. And so you'll notice that with ADHD, struggle to get started, struggle to do anything, struggle to motivate at times, or there'll be this flight with trauma. And again, you'll notice this with ADHD, it's like they'll sit down to do something, and unless they go into the hyperfocus, it's like boing, 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 and there's so many distractions, as if there's a million bombs going off in the background. And of course, in a way, there are a million things going off in the background. There's this noise and this noise and this thought and this thought, and so much of the wonders of life. So we've got a separate video for solutions to all of that, but really it's about bringing down that overwhelm so that we can have the brain fire back on. And also we need to address real trauma, because people with ADHD have now lived a life as adults with being ostracized and vilified, left out, feeling that they're different, they don't belong, they're not known, etc. So it's a real tough run. Now, finally, when people get into relationships, when they have ADHD, they tend to attract people with abandonment issues because they've been abandoned. They tend to attract people with their own trauma because they've experienced lots of trauma themselves. And they also look for people who might ground them and kind of be an opposite. But very often this is emotional unavailability, and they are emotionally unavailable themselves. So we've got this great paradox going on, makes it really tough for relationships. But for both of you, you will have your own journey. You will come together in a relationship. You will both desperately want it to work, but you'll both be terrified as well. So check out the free book for relationships. Check out the cheat sheet for the downloads. Check out all of our blogs, because we've got a whole section for relationships. And what we also do is sometimes we have people come in and we'll look at all the struggles of this person, all the struggles of this person in a nutshell. So it doesn't take years and years and years, just like in a single session. And then we'll figure it all out. and then we'll be able to like put you on the road to putting the right solutions in for you. But really just get started with all the free stuff and understanding what ADHD is, the framework, the A-list formula. It just takes 2 minutes. Look, it's kind of like a tree. Just click the link. That explains it in a way of this heightened sensitivity, and it gives you an easy idea of how to put the solutions in place, because until now, I know you'll have found, it's like too much stuff, too many solutions. Where do I start? This is too much. And it is. There are loads of things that come in, but we're here to make it clear, simple, easy, fun, so that you get to live instead of struggling, and so that you get to have that relationship that you both want. Big love to you both, because I know you'll be here because you're struggling, and big, big love. We're here to help I'm here to help in every way I can.